Hi, I'm Zana. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you'd like to see more videos, definitely click the subscribe button and also click the subscription bell if you'd like weekly updates of videos. So thank you so much. So knowing who you are is a very, very, very important part of your life. It's something to really focus on, and you will go through many different stages and many different versions of yourself throughout your entire lifetime. So looking within yourself is actually the best way to find out who you are. And sometimes I would, to rediscover myself when I was 23 years old, I went through a really difficult time for a couple of years. And what I actually did was I drew a stick figure of myself, and I started to actually brainstorm and to figure out who I was, to recreate who I was and reclaim back my life and my happiness, because I went through a very troubled time for a couple of years. So look at that, look into brainstorming and drawing a little stick figure of yourself, or you can be an artist if you want to, and actually with the little sticks and the lines, figure out what you stand for, who you are. Are you someone who wants to be a wife one day? Are you somebody who wants to be a doctor, or wants to be an engineer, or wants to be, have career goals, or wants to be a homemaker? Figure out whatever you want, and that will define who you are. Also figure out your values, knowing your values, what you stand for. Now I know some people, they're like, oh, I'm vegetarian, this is what I stand for, and they have their reason for that. So figure it out, whatever you stand for. You don't have to label yourself. There's absolutely no need to label yourself. I feel that society always has to stick people in boxes sometimes and label them, and sometimes you're not black or white. Sometimes you're in that gray area. You're not one or the other. So sometimes you sit in between two boxes, and that's absolutely okay. We don't need to be in boxes. We can be beautiful and we can be different. So you want to actually brainstorm and know your values as well. And if your values are someone who's forever changing their values, then that does not show strength. You want to improve on your values, but you want to stick to your values, and that's the key word. I know a few people around me that are consistently changing their values depending on circumstances. Actually, what you want to do is change your circumstances depending on your values, and you want to keep that in mind. Your values can tighten as your boundaries tighten. That makes sense. But to go backwards and loosen your values and loosen your morals due to circumstances, that actually is a very, very dangerous and very unhealthy place to put yourself in. So when you really know yourself, you know your values, and you set some boundaries for yourself, and you follow through with those values, and you follow through with those boundaries, and that is important to building your best self. Also, set yourself some healthy goals. They don't have to be health related, but whatever goals you have, set them to be healthy and achievable and attainable. Absolutely. You can dream big. Make sure whatever goals you have are very, very healthy goals that help you move forward in life, and don't sabotage anybody else in the process. Do what makes you happy, as long as it's not at the expense of sabotaging somebody else. So that's very important to keep that in mind. And remind others of your values and your boundaries. Remind other people, because they don't always remember and they don't always know. And some people are comfortable sabotaging others. Some people actually see that as winning at life. Some people see taking control over the others as a form of happiness for themselves. So what you want to do is you want to remind other people, even if you feel it's not polite, remind them of your boundaries, remind them of your respect, and remind them of your values, and offer that respect to other people as well. Knowing who you are means you will always offer that respect and value towards other people, and you will always stay as stable as possible, as well as growing and evolving. It really is an art form to know who you are, and it's a beautiful thing when you do. And I really did know myself when I was 14. And then I got thrown off track a little, and I invested too much emotionally into somebody and into a few other people, and I realized that I need to regrow and be reborn into my happiest self again. And I had to learn that lesson when I was about 22, 23 years old, and I'm quite grateful for that lesson, although it was a very, very hard time for me at the time, and it left me with a multitude of health conditions because I was under so much stress psychologically. It ended up destroying a lot of my cells physically, and I became very, very sick for a while. But for the last few years, I've been very fortunate to keep growing and keep learning and staying so true to my values, so true to myself. I've been bullied for staying true to myself. I've been bullied for being honorable. I have pretty much had everything done to me you can think of, just because I'm different and because I believe in doing things in an honorable fashion. And not everybody believes that, and I'm understanding that. Even people I'm related to, they don't always know who they are. Some people in my family, they don't know who they are, and their values change depending on the person that they're romantically involved with, or it changes based on whatever their circumstances or their situation. My values are so solid, they do not change. They stay strong. If anything, they get stronger over time, but they definitely don't weaken. And that's what you want to watch out for, is that weakening of your values, because that weakens your self-respect. That weakens your respect for others as well. So you might want to keep that in mind. And when you are having values, and whenever you are trying to find yourself, and whenever you have healthy goals in place in your life, understand that you can make improvements. You can always make improvements to move yourself forward and to be the best version of yourself. And what you want to do as well is you want to focus on your goals and yourself. There will be so many people out there around you who will be so different to you, and that's absolutely okay. And even if their goals are unhealthy, that's okay. You just focus on your goals. As long as their goals are not interrupting yours, they have nothing to do with you, and you wish them well with their goals. You just focus on being your best self and focus on achieving your amazing goals. So thank you so much for tuning into this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and let me know how you're finding the channel. If you've been following through with my other videos, thank you so much, since April of this year. Let me know in the comments below how you're feeling about these videos, and if there's anything you would like me to pop into a video, a certain subject that you want some support with, drop me a comment below. And thank you so much, guys, for watching.